Hi, my name is Eartha Watts Hicks. I'm a fiction fellow as well as an author, self-published author. I'm a member of the Harlem Writers Guild as well as a fiction fellow of the Center for Black Literature as well as the Hurston Wright Foundation. Several years ago, actually several years ago, more like about 15 years ago, as a stay-at-home mom, I started writing a novel. Had no clue how I was going to finish it, but I started it, and I tried to teach myself at the local library by taking out all the different books on fiction and the art of fiction writing. And when I had accumulated about roughly 400 pages, that's when I took my first writing workshop. Right now, Love Changes won an award from the local branch of the NAACP and was featured in the 2014 Congressional Black Caucus. And I'm going to read you a few pages from it now. Mommy never minced words. Instead of saying hello, she stood on my welcome mat, greeting me with an insult. You don't look good, you're not getting enough sleep. Sleep? What was that? I had 15 weeks off, but maternity leave was no vacation. I spent the entire time nursing, changing diapers, grocery shopping, cooking, cleaning, doing laundry, and running back and forth to doctor's appointments. Not to mention dealing with Spider. If Tebow wasn't crying, Spider was calling. They tag-teamed me. I opened my apartment door all the way, yawning. I haven't slept since March. Mommy waved her finger in my face. Talk to your boyfriend. He helped make the baby. He should help take care of him. Seeing Tebow strapped to me in a harness carrier all ready to go, she asked, are you going out or just getting in? I was actually on my way to the laundromat, which is only empty on Tuesday nights. Last wash is at 7. So I looked her straight in the eye and said, just getting in? Half the time she left me no choice but to lie or argue. And since I didn't have time to argue, I urged myself, focus, keep my answers short and sweet, don't volunteer information. Whatever I do, don't mention anything about having the keys to Dr. Snyder's brownstone. Mommy breezed by me. Her hairstyle was different. Bangs stopped at a scab and the back was tapered. A pixie cut. Judging by the curling iron burn, she was probably at the salon this past Saturday, but her curls were still crisp. Mommy always did know how to sleep pretty. She wore that same red raspberry shade on her lips and nails. The pencil skirt and pantyhose showed off the long curvy legs. The white tailored suit was spotless. Her snakeskin heels made quiet steps into the living room, but the keys to the new Volvo rattled as she stuffed them inside the Louis Vuitton hanging off her arm. She then felt my chaise, rubbing the fabric as if to determine whether or not the pattern was printed on. The upholstery was ivory jacquard, the blue carnations woven. This one's a little busy. I then pointed to the adjacent camelback sofa, solid ivory. But that one adds balance. Mommy dusted off her hands, staring at the silver mirror covering the wall over the sofa. The scroll and leaf detail was intricate. The antique frame was gleaming. When I bought it, it was all black. A polishing cloth couldn't get into the crevices, but I remember how my Nana used to clean her silver in the sink with salt, baking soda, and aluminum foil, so I lugged the mirror to my bathtub. After soaking one side at a time, there wasn't a speck of tarnish. Mommy grunted and turned. The bachelor's chest wasn't a coffee table, but it was a cute substitute. On it, I had my stack of Modern Bride magazines all spread out. On opposite ends, the decanter and fluted vase were both cobalt blue. The one closest to you is Mikasa, the taller one is Lennox. Hallmarks are etched on the bottom. Now it was beaming, not because of the brand names, but because of the way I used color to draw eye to the center of the room. I tried to find matching material for throw pillows, but the match I found was expensive silk. At Goodwill, I found curtain panels that I cut into squares and stuff, costing me next to nothing. Beige linen paled in comparison, but it worked out better that only the crystal was this bold blue. That pop of color was actually the effect that I wanted. Mommy gravitated in that direction. Then, as if changing her mind, she drifted over to my bistro table, first drumming her fingernails on its glass, and then tugging on the edge so hard the bowl of lemons on it slid around. 3 wrought iron chairs with heart-shaped backs surrounded my little round table. She looked down and then back at the wall. The periwinkle paint matched the cushions perfectly. I took a swatch to Sears and they mixed the can while I waited. Watching her tip one of the chairs back, I admitted, I covered the chairs myself with a power stapler. Would you like something to drink? No comment. She was ignoring me. Oh, well, there wasn't much more. To the left, the arch and 12 linoleum tiles marked off my stove, sink, refrigerator, and 10 inches of counter space. It's the smallest kitchen ever. And down the hall, my bedroom was so tight that we had barely enough walk space between our king-size bed and the dresser. This was the Bronx, not Hoboken, and my 2.5 rooms on 167th Street were nothing compared to Mommy's condo. In fact, this whole apartment could probably fit in the backseat of her Volvo. But it was finally furnished and I had done it myself, even if these were all thrift store finds. Now, I knew Mommy was scrutinizing because she's buyer for a furniture chain. She used to design showrooms, so I was actually hoping she'd comment on the decor. But she zipped her purse by the padlock and sat it in the chair. She didn't utter a word. Her face contorted. I twisted my own face, following her favorite fragrance, Poison. And I'll stop there.